Okay, that's the end of your talk.
Thank you.
Okay. Also, I just got a few little notes so I can stay on track. I go for paramedics, and I don't know if anyone else goes for them here. I'm guessing not because there's no class.
I used to when I was younger.
Yeah. Well, I picked them because at the time everyone was picking their team, and like in year 8 or 7, I don't even know. And yellow and blue are my favourite colours, so that's why I picked them. And they've just stuck. And they've just recently won. Anyway, that's not what I'm here to talk about. Let's move on. So I have a mother and a father. So when I was born 3 months early. Mum had a car accident and the umbilical cord got cut off, so I wasn't eating for like, I don't know how long. I think when mothers tell stories, they're like over-exaggerating what really happened. I was probably 2 weeks early and probably nothing happened, but I'm just going to tell the story that she has. So 3 months early, came out purple. I think they had to revive me, and I was in like a humidity crib for so long, however long. And the interesting thing that Mum tells me is that I had a red curl. So I had red hair and I was purple, so not a great welcome, come out, my beautiful child.
Wasn't in the movie, the Oompa Loompas, weren't they redhead with purple?
That must be what she's talking about. Right. So yeah, she didn't like the fact that I had red hair, and she decided to get scissors into the humidity crib and cut my hair off, leaving all the evidence in the crib with me, and the nurse comes in, wailing, "Oh my goodness, your daughter's beautiful red hair, it's been cut off." And Mum may have gone a bit loopy because of what she'd gone through, and she was like, "What? No! I didn't cut it! Who cut it?" Lost her mind a little bit, but anyway, so that was my first entrance to the world. So my dad still lives in, near Goulburn. He has a wife and foster kids. Then my mum lives in Kingsthorpe with my stepdad. Previous to all of that, my heritage comes from Germany. My great-grandma, who's still alive, and my grandma as a child came over on a boat, as they do. You probably all know the story. And I probably didn't realise it at the time, but probably listening to them and understanding where they came from, they bloody had a hard yakka getting over here. I'm getting a bit emotional about that. Sorry. And I'm just going to push through, okay? Just like a minute. Okay, didn't expect that to happen. Just hold on a second. Alright, so I've been taught from them that I'm just going to move on to something else now. Okay, high school. That was not probably I wasn't very good at school. I think I got D's in every maths class. English was fine because I could get up in front of people and talk and stuff. Every other subject I didn't really go very well in because I just didn't really care. I had no reason to go to school. I didn't think, what am I going to do after school? Let's get excited, I'm going to be a doctor. There was just no passion in school at all. I was popular and I made friends and, I had a really fun time at lunch break, but the actual school part of it didn't really interest me whatsoever. So when school ended, I got my first job at Beef City. I was there for a month. I was in the HR part, not with the cattle. Not that I cared, I didn't care seeing them get killed or anything. I don't know if I should say that on camera. But when you first get a job at Beef City, they actually for me, they take you into where the cattle get killed and stuff like that. And I didn't really mind it at all. I was kind of like, yeah, okay, this is happening, I'm just going to watch this. But I probably, when I was there, a lot of the men were probably shocked with my whatever. And so I got teased a little bit and not bullied or anything, but they would just have a joke. So anyway, I didn't last. I was there for a month and I got fired. And the reason I got fired was because, in their words, I was too weak. And I'm in the room getting fired, bawling, please just let me stay. And then he's kind of like, oh, this is the problem, you cry a lot, you know, you can't stay here. So anyway, got moved on from that, and here I am crying again. But anyway, that's fine.
We're not going to throw you out.
Okay, thanks guys. So after Beef City, I just applied for any random job. I didn't have much of a direction or anything like that. I just thought, oh, you know, you get enough money and you pay bills and then you rent somewhere. That was just what I thought you just did in life. And then I started working at Grey White. I got hired there as just like the receptionist, and probably my attitude towards work just started changing. I didn't really, I just started thinking, oh, well, you know, this is easy. I could own a business. It's so much fun. And then the owner of that business really was a mentor to me, and when you own a real estate, you have to do like a year's worth of like a course to get your full license. Salespeople, I think it's just a sales license and then there's a principal license. So I went on a traineeship, got the principal's license, did all of that, and then actually got a job as an assistant to a sales agent. So I worked my way through reception, went into property management, looked after 200 managements on my own. Wouldn't really say successfully, but like I did the best I could with what I was taught. And then from there, left that job and went to another real estate as the sales PA. So I went from 200 managements to being an assistant. Didn't go very well with my ego. I didn't like it. I was always calling people and saying, oh, you know, do you want to look through this house or whatever, and all they would say to me is, I want to talk to the sales agent. And I was like, what? I manage 200 managements on my own and you think I can't do this? Like, get a grip, I can do this. And then I think that only lasted 3 months, and then I just said, no, I've got to go on my own. Like, I can't take a backward step. So I went out on my own when I was 20, well, I met my husband when I was 19. We got married when I was like 25. And then, so bought a unit when I was 21 and then started the business when I was 23. So it was called Teale Property Management, and I just did all property management stuff, and within a year I got 60 new managements. That was really good, like probably nothing really happened. Like I was working a lot, I had a part-time job at the Mill Street Tavern, so it was hard yakka, but you probably don't realise it's hard until you look back and think, oh, bloody hell, that was hard. Like at the time you just do it, you just get in the motions and you just do what needs to be done. And it was actually good that I had a job at the pub because I met people and I could network without having to actually feel like I was networking. So I got a lot of leads through that. So I built 60 managements, and during that 12 months I was just getting harassed non-stop from other real estate agents, other companies saying, oh, bring your business to us, we'll give you 10% of our business and then you merge with us. That just happened like every month. I was meeting with people and they were just offering me ridiculous things. And then I wasn't really looking to merge with anyone. I was fine on my own, and Go Gecko at the time was owned by Aaron and Darren, and they approached me and said, oh, would you be interested in, you know, coming on board with us? And I was like, oh, here we go again, and offering me 10% again, what a joke. And the night before I said to Ringo, that's my husband's name, I said to Ringo, if they offer me a full third in the business, because there'll be 3 of us, then I'll take it. Within a matter of 4 minutes into the meeting, they'd offered me that. And I was like, in my mind, why didn't I say more at last night? Like, they gave me exactly what I wanted. Oh, you know, I should have, you know, but anyway, that happened. And I merged with them, and that was so hard for me. Like, other people may have been fine with it. So here's me, 25, I'm 27 now, so it was only 2 years ago, 3 years ago. Maybe I was 24. Anyway, with 2 older men who owned the business for 3 years. I'm coming in, you know, not feeling very much as an owner, as much as I am an owner, but I just didn't feel it. I just felt like, oh, I'm just the property management side of things. So it was nothing they'd done, it was completely my own feeling, but I really had to get over that quickly. And at the time, I didn't have staff, and then I just buy into a business that has like 4 staff, and I'm their boss, and I'm just like, this is full on, got bad anxiety, so many panic attacks, had to stand out in the car park like, for like only minutes, but what seemed like hours, and then go back in, and it was just a crazy time for me. And my poor Mr. Ringo, who was just so amazing.
You call your husband Mr. Ringo?
I call him heaps of things. Only nice things like Mr. Beautiful. I actually wrote down here, I met Mr. Beautiful when I was 19. Oh, Mr. Beautiful. So, yeah, that was a struggle. Good, 15 minutes is past. Yeah, so that was a struggle for a whole year. Like, it got so bad that on occasion I was like, I wouldn't pass out, but I was like, I'm going to pass out, this is too much. And then my confidence grew and I started getting better at probably quicker decisions with staff. So before, you know, it's okay, she's made 7,000 mistakes, but I'm just going to give her another chance, or it's too hard to train someone new. Like, you would all know this exact thing that I'm talking about. Whereas now I'm kind of like, nah, that doesn't cut it. In my personal life I'm not like that, but for me, it may be different for you, but for me, I'm 2 different people. Like at work, I have to be so strict and on top of everything, but at home I'm just like, whoa, let's get crazy, let's do whatever we want, you know. I'm not doing any housework or anything, but at my office, my desk is lined out perfectly. If anyone touches anything on my desk, I know. Like I went in there the other day and we have this lady who's helping us at the moment, and she just wiped my desk down, and unfortunately for her, no one told her that you don't come into my office. And my phone set was sitting on top of my computer, and I was just like ran out. I was like, who's been in my office? What's going on? Who's been touching it? And she's like, oh, I just wiped your desk down for you. And I was like, oh my goodness. Why do I have to keep learning lessons? Why can't I just learn it already? So I was like, oh, thank you. Thanks for helping me and me acting like a crazy person. But anyway, that's fine. So now, and so then we went from Go Gecko, we were Go Gecko for, I don't know, I think I was there for a year, and then we changed to professionals, and at that point there was 3 of us who owned the business, and then Aaron decided he wanted to move to the Gold Coast. So now there's just Darren and I, and we own it equally 50-50. I do all property management, he does all sales. Ideally, I don't want to do property management for the fact that I can make the business more money if I do sales, but at the same time, at the moment the business is needing me in property management. Like I need to be there to keep it running well and things like that. So sometimes in business, I've learned that you need to put your ego aside and do what's best for the business, instead of just being like a soul, this is what's best for me, this is what makes me happy. Sometimes you need to say, well, what's going to make the whole team happy? And if I need to sacrifice for, like I'm not going to sacrifice for a year, like maybe a few months, like that's just too long. But if you need to knuckle in for that period, you do it, because then you can see at the end, everyone's happier and more prosperous, blah, blah, blah. So that's my journey from birth to now. Do I have to keep talking about other stuff?
Well, I've got a few questions, but would anyone else like to start?
Do not make me cry again, anyone.
How do you know about delegating work? Like, can you, or do you feel you've got to do
Oh
it
my
yourself
God.
to get the job done?
At the start, I was so terrible. I was just like, no one can do it as good as me, I'm the best, just get away from me. And just give me that. Literally, I would rip paper out of the girls' hands and be like, I'll do it. Just whatever, you know. But it just could never go on like that. I would just be feeling like I'm going to pass out every day. So I just had to in myself go, okay, do you want to pass out and have panic attacks all the time? Or do you want to learn how to teach someone the best way that they can do it and then step back and let them do it? Because they can do it. It's only in my head that I think they can't and that I'm better than everyone. So, but yeah, I still struggle with that a little bit. Gary?
How would you like to work for yourself?
How would I like to? I would probably, what I would love to actually do is more of a social media real estate agent in the sales side of the business. More, if you need information about real estate, you log into Teale and she gives you the information. And then eventually when you want to sell, you sell through me, and that's how I make my money. But more social media, yeah, because, well, that's the way we're going. That's my age group. I like being in front of the camera and mucking around and joking and stuff, and I think I can give people the information they need quickly that doesn't waste my time by on the phone kind of thing. I just think that's the way it's going to the future. Yeah. Anyone else?
Who are your heroes?
Ringo.
No, probably
Ringo, Mr. Ringo.
my great-grandma would be my hero. I said, don't make me cry again. I just said that.
I'm going to drag you back to business.
Yeah.
Whose footsteps are you following in to create this social media enterprise?
No one in particular, but just, you know, probably anyone on YouTube. There's one chick, I can't even remember her name, that I watch a lot of stuff. She's just a comedian, she just jokes around, but at the moment, no one really in particular. Just groups of all different people. Yeah, all different clips from real estate agents, comedians, yeah.
Do you have planned out these steps that you're going to take?
No,
No.
not at all.
Okay, so you're winging it.
Yeah, I'm winging it. Yeah. So, I go now.
Okay, Teale, you've been doing it 5 years.
Yeah.
Okay, you're suffering from, I think, something that everyone in this room, and that's a total control type of personality.
Yes.
From what I can guess, or what I can see, you're pretty much unemployable.
Yeah.
That's what I classify myself as. I don't mean that as a bad thing.
Yeah.
You're the boss, not the worker.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's next? Tell us what's next.
The short term until the end of March, I'm full-blown property management. I have a portfolio of 130 properties. You're in my portfolio, Tony. I manage because I'm probably someone who learns and teaches by I do it, and then if I can do it really, really well, then I can teach someone instead of you just do it this way because I said do it that way. And then if I can do it, it's kind of like, well, why can't you do it? So that's what I'm doing for the next 3 months, full-blown property management and just fixing my portfolio so it's the best quality portfolio anyone's ever seen, and then teaching what I do, exactly what I do to the staff. And then they can put their own tweaks on it if they want to, but for the time being, they need to just do it. It's going to change what I was about to say. I want to teach them the way I do it to make it better for them. I was going to say they need to do it my way. I was like, oh, Steve, he's going to say I'm controlling. Yeah, so that's what I'm doing for the next 3 months. After that, probably just really sitting down and thinking about what I want and how I'm going to take the business to the next level, property management wise, but also what do I actually want in business? Like, where do I want to go? How much money do I want to earn? Where do I want to live? What car do I want to drive? You know, all those kind of things.
What can we do as a group to help support our business?
Just,
So maybe you could,
Buy rental properties.
yeah.
maybe you could teach us how to identify potential referrals
Yeah.
and the proper method to refer to you.
Yeah, I think probably not, well, I think you all would know this, but not giving them my card, like give their number to me. If I'm in front of someone, usually I can get the deal done, but if they've just got my card, it's not going to go anywhere. And just giving me numbers, that's all I need. I don't really need someone, like it's good if people say nice things about me and say my business is going well, but mainly just if someone says, I have this investment property, then just saying, well, do you want to just get a second opinion from Teale or something like that? Pretty well.
Not a question, but just a bit of comment. You seem a bit nervous saying I want to do it my way.
Yeah.
Now, from my own experience, I'm no expert, but if your way is really efficient and very productive, there's nothing wrong with showing people you're starting to do it your way. Business leverage is reproducing a good system. And if your system's your way, you get the staff doing it your way and you're leveraging yourself.
Yeah, I was only joking. I say that to others all the time.
Yeah.
Just do it my way. I was only joking because Steve was saying, you're unemployable. So I thought, I'll change what I'm going to say so it doesn't sound as hard.
Most small business owners are unemployable.
Yeah. That's why we do what we do.
With regards to this negative gearing at the
Yeah.
would you say the majority of your investors would be what we call middle of the road type
Yeah.
people, earners of money,
Yeah.
rather than the other side of the rich?
Yeah, so I have about 296 owners. I would say really 5 or 6, maybe 10 would have, like 6 or 7 properties, or not even, like 4 or 5 properties. Maybe another 3 would have 2, everyone else has 1. So they're just,
Not the
the
right way to
majority
do it.
of my rent roll is, I'm living in this house, I'm going to move for work, I'm going to rent this house out because I can't sell it, or I don't want to sell it yet. That's the majority, and all of my landlords, not all of them, majority of them probably can buy another house. So it's more beneficial to my business to do a good job in my business and show them how easy it is to own an investment property, so then they buy another one. But we don't have like millionaires or anything like that.
I must have it wrong, because in my mind, if I was a millionaire, I would have thought that I'd be more inclined to buy properties outright than negative gear them, because why do you want to spend X amount on interest rates and you're only getting X dollars?
Larry, can you help?
Well, the question I would ask is, why do you want to subsidize someone living in your home? So it's a complex question, because you've got to look, every property can be neutrally or positively geared. There's no reason to be negatively geared unless you want to. The way you do it is you borrow a lower amount and have lower expenses than you profit. So to be negatively geared means you're losing money or losing income somewhere. And it's highly appropriate for some individuals with certain income streams. However, negative gearing was oversold, in my opinion, in the last 15 years by greedy banks, mortgage brokers, real estate salespeople as an excuse. It's smart investing, and it's not always smart investing. I'm now getting more and more clients going, I want to be neutral or positively geared. And positively geared to me is, so you pay a little bit of tax on a profit. What's wrong with that? It's only 15, 30, 40%. You're still making money. And the thing is, if you stop working, that property continues to pay for itself. So I'm a massive fan of neutral or positive gearing. I think, and I'm guessing here, historically the government went to negative gearing to encourage investment, to encourage properties being built. And I think to some degree that's been successful. It's not the concept of negative gearing that's wrong, it's the implementation, in my opinion.
That looks like everyone. Teale, do you have a question you'd like to ask the group?
How did I do?
Thank you very much. That's brilliant.